Hello, and welcome to our first lesson, Developing Bold Faith. As we start this lesson and start this course, I think an interesting launching point in developing bold faith is faith. A.W. Tozer wrote that the Bible recognizes no faith that does not lead to obedience, nor does it recognize any obedience that does not spring from faith. The two are opposite sides of the same coin. Countless other writers and philosophers have portrayed faith as the greatest quality one can possess, surpassing even virtues like love, hope, courage, and patience, because it fundamentally represents a relationship with God. This relationship is the source of all other virtues, enabling an extraordinary life and ministry. Faith is defined by M.R. DeHaan as believing the unreasonable, the impossible, and the unexplainable, because someone in whom we have absolute confidence has said it was so. The strength of one's relationship with God determines the effectiveness of their faith. Jerry Falwell's example is used in the textbook to illustrate this principle. Despite facing numerous challenges, including financial crises and personal health issues, Falwell's unwavering faith and deep relationship with God allowed him to accomplish extraordinary feats, such as founding Liberty University and overcoming significant obstacles through prayer and fasting. Falwell's journey began in his freshman year at Baptist Bible College. Encouraged by his home pastor, Falwell asked to teach a Sunday school class at High Street Baptist Church. Initially, his class consisted of just one student, but through persistent prayer, study, and personal commitment, he grew the class significantly. Falwell's method of immersing himself in Christian classics and spending dedicated time and in prayer is highlighted as the foundation of his strong faith. He learned the importance of absolute surrender, constant prayer, and intimacy with God. So we see that faith involves diligently seeking God, even when he is not physically seen. It is about seeing God with the eyes of faith and trusting in his existence and promises. Faith begins by trusting that God exists and rewards those who seek him diligently. The analogy of faith being like a relationship is used to emphasize that it must be nurtured and deepened through continuous prayer, study, and worship. Examples of faith in action are provided, illustrating how Falwell took bold steps on his trust in God. From starting a radio program to launching a television ministry and founding Liberty University, each step involved taking significant risks and trusting God to provide. These stories highlight that effective faith involves taking bold steps into the unknown based on God's promises and principles. So let's review several principles for taking a successful leap of faith. 1. Leap from the rock. 2. Leap out of obedience. 3. Count the cost. 4. Commit to the leap. And 5. Do not let fear stop you. So now let's dig into each of these principles, starting with leap from the rock. Before taking a leap of faith, it is crucial to stand on the promises of Jesus Christ. Faith must be grounded in God's Word, which provides the foundation for a successful leap. Faith needs daily nurturing through prayer, study, and fellowship with other believers. The actions of faith are meant to deepen one's relationship with God, who is the reason for and the one toward whom we leap. Next, leap out of obedience, not desire. It is important to leap out of obedience to God's call, rather than personal desire. Obedience to God's vision may require taking significant risks, but these should be based on clear understanding of God's will rather than personal ambition. It is essential to differentiate between genuine needs and wants, and to leap because it is necessary to obey God's call. Next, we have count the cost. Every leap of faith involves potential risks and consequences. It is important to consider these and prepare for both the challenges and the successes that may follow. Leaders must be prepared to equip their followers to leap with them and ensure that the leap is aligned with God's overall purposes. Next, we have commit to the leap. Preparation is crucial for a successful leap of faith. This includes understanding the resources needed, spending significant time in prayer and fasting, and ensuring that the leap is grounded in God's will. Once the decision is made, do it. It's important to commit fully and trust in God's provision without relying on any fallback plans. And finally, do not let fear stop you. Fear is a natural response to risk, but it should not prevent taking a leap of faith. Acknowledging and addressing fear is important, but one must step into the unknown in faith, trusting in God's provision and protection. Many examples of faith-filled individuals who overcame fear to achieve great things for God are provided to illustrate this principle. So what we see is that faith is fundamentally about a deep, trusting relationship with God. It involves seeking God diligently, grounding faith in His Word, and taking bold actions in obedience to His guidance. Through this relationship, believers can trust God completely and experience His provision and blessings in their life. So we conclude by encouraging you to seek a true relationship with God, ensuring that your faith is always focused on Him and His purposes. Take care, and I'll see you online.